Welcome everyone. Today we'll have a Path of Exile guide. Today the guide will be focused on the story mode with the questing and leveling. So what we're going to do is let's go on to one of our characters that's at a low level. I'll explain a few of the essential parts with questing and leveling for the story. So as you can see, I'm currently in the first town. We can move around. You can see the NPC, you can talk to them, and what's going to happen is sometimes after completing a quest from the NPC, you'll be given a bunch of rewards. Those are choice rewards and you can pick any of those gems. And how do you pick the gems and what's good for you? So the best thing is look at the indication of active spells, and some of those gems can be supportive, active or passive, a lot of things. So you want to look at your current ones and you compare to it, and does that actually help you out? This can get a little overwhelming, so there will be the next part of the thing. I'll just pick one of the random gems, nothing too special, because by the time you get to the Act 10, you can actually buy, by the time you get to Act 6, you can buy all the gems you wanted with a bit of currency, and all the gems you missed as well. So that's all available. So I'm going to pick a few, and that's one of the NPC quests. How do you complete the quest, and how do you actually quest within the story mode? So notice I'm currently in Act 1, 2 and 3. You can open this by using the hotkey with U. After opening it, you should be looking out in opening up the portals. Notice the coast have a little dot here, and the submerged passage have a bigger dot. That means I haven't opened up the portal in the coast, but I have opened up portals everywhere else. Notice here there's a dot here, so I haven't opened up the portal in the prison. To progress with the story quicker, you should be opening up all portals in the areas if you can. If you happen to went past it, it's okay, because you can come back to it later if you need it. And similar here, you can see the portals are being opening and the portals haven't opened. So this one opened, this one haven't opened. Now, when you actually are given a quest by the NPC, when you see here in Act 3, that's where I'm up to with this account. Currently, they are the quests that are completed, and the quests have different rewards. And here they are quests that's about to be complete, and I can't see the rewards yet. With the quest that's completed, the best one is the one that gives us passive skill point, because that's a free level up. In the late game, each of the points makes such a big difference, and especially with the new league that's coming with the 4.0 with the Learn, it's going to be a massive factor having more points and going for more perks with the talent tree with passives. So, when you have a quest, if you click your mouse onto the quest and if you highlighted it, the Loud of Liberty is basically a bonus quest that exists within our act. You don't have to worry about this, you can come back to this later. It's the main quest and the side quest you should be considering, and here by clicking onto the quest, notice it highlights here. It tells me to run over here for the quest. If I can teleport, if I run over there, it will allow me to proceed with the quest. This saves you time figuring where to go and how to get there. And I can teleport to the nearest place, and I can teleport to there if I have a teleportation, and I can try to complete it. Now if you guys recall, we mentioned about having skill points with some of the quests. Some of the optional side quests give skill points, some of the main quests also give the skill points. So which one gives what? So I have a little, website I can show you guys that can give you a really good summary. Let's have a look. So over here we're on the Path of Exile wiki. So if you look into the list of quest rewards, you can see all the quests starts with Act 1 all the way up to the final act with Act 10 here. So it does look a lot of things. So let me summarize what's happening here. Firstly, you start with any of the Seren characters. You start with any of the Seren characters, and depending on your starting character, you'll be allocated or given a choice of different skill choices as you get the reward. This is from the main quest and sometimes from the side quests as well. So if I'm a witch on this quest, I'll be getting those skill gems as reward. I have a choice between those. I can't get the Marauder kind of gems because sometimes I just don't do that. Similarly, Marauder can't do many spells, so he won't be getting my kind of gems. So that's the difference between the reward. So how does this website help us with leveling is that because you'll be doing all the main quests to proceed to the next act, you don't have to worry about the main quest. Sometimes you can check the main quest like those ones to just see what your reward is. Other than that, what you really want to look into is the side quest with better rewards. For example, here there's a side quest with Book of Regret. This is one regret orb worth of quest, and this is not very valuable in the late game, but if you happen to do it, it's okay. If you're stuck on it, you can skip it. But if you see a side quest with the Dwellers of the Deep for Act 1, it has one skill book with one skill point, And similarly with the Marooned Marine, with a West skill book, those are really valuable. So you definitely want to do those side quests as you go leveling in the progress of the game. Let's expand this much better. So notice here, if I see a particular side quest, I look at the reward. Here I get a unique gem. We'll touch on the unique gems later, but those are the things I can consider. Hey, is it worth my time to do it? Sometimes I have better items than those. I don't have to do this side quest. You don't get much from doing it, and sometimes it delays your leveling progress. Other times, if you're here to explore the whole game the first time, definitely consider doing all the side quests, because they do have a storyline attached to them as well. Now there's a really interesting quest in Act 2. It's called Dealing with Band-Aids. This is a main quest, but it has a really good flexibility. So what's going to happen is, let's have a look here. Dealing with Band-Aids is a special quest in Act 2, and this quest actually gives you choices. You're here to deal with 3 different Band-Aids. They will offer you an alliance with them, so you don't kill them, you kill the other 2 for them, and you deliver the items to the last remaining Band-Aid, and you actually get a special reward of a permanent buff. Here, if you negotiate with the Band-Aid Oak, you actually get those buffs, and similarly with Arira and also the Lord Karrigan. I can't pronounce the names, I know. So if you're, if you're going for defensive with resistance, if you're going for movement speed, or like, dodge attacks, or you can go for, physical damage, that's really good. But hiddenly, if you don't negotiate with any of the Band-Aids, you actually get 2 passive skill points. Those are really rare as well in the game. So what I recommend is to search up your build and actually decide, do you need the stats or do you actually want the passive points? 80% of the characters actually went for these stats because this is the most flexible part in the game. And this is a very lovely, quest. And don't worry if you happen to have done this quest and if you made a run, there's a way to reset your quest rewards by using some of the late game currencies. It's not too expensive. I believe it costs about 20 Orb of Regrets, and you can reset whatever choice you had here. So let's say if you want resistance, you can reset this into resistance. That can work as well. So yeah, quests like those are really important, and this is one of the only ones that allows you to choose. Most of the other ones are pretty straightforward. Again, with the quest, you can see that as you do the main quest, usually you'll be offered skill gems. What you want to do is you want to look up for a build or have a build pathway in mind. So this way, when you actually look at the skill gems, you're not overwhelmed. You actually know which one to pick, which will be touched upon on the next guide. So let's go deeper here. You can see that some of those are unique items. You can see Book of Skills. So as you go into the acts, you can actually use this website to guide you with the quest and also to see what reward you get. This will help you along the way into decisions with the story mode and gives you less things to worry about. You know what to do, you know what you're getting, and you progress. And this saves you time which you can focus on other parts of learning the game or improving the quality of the play. So down to the end, you can see that last part with Act 10, you only get a bit of belt, which is only level 66. Not that good. Sometimes people skip this one. Otherwise, actually if it's a main quest, people don't skip it. And also you see a lot of the Book of Skills, really good. And that is a majority of the fact for the questing. So you start questing with Act 1 and you go further. The best part about questing and the PvE aspect, the story part, the campaign part about the Path of Exile is that they don't use repeated content. Although the maps may be repeated on part 2, the content, the storyline is not repeated. Dialogues are different, bosses are different, fights are different. All the way up to the end game, it's different. That's the favorite part for me. But Diablo 3, I was playing it, I had to play the same mode 4 times in a row, and for the new character I do the same again until I got people to power level me. It's a little painful. So this is a definitely nice change of aspects. I'm really getting into it and loving the change for Path of Exile. So let me know what you think, and we'll be making more guides towards finding a build and currencies, trading, making a better build, and what to look out for with this game. Thank you guys.